Hey everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and today I am going to do a video on one of my little prayer tins. Now, I had painted all of these prayer tins white. The insides still have what was on them to begin with. This one says, God is within her, she will not fall. And that's Psalm 46 and 5. And I painted all of them white on the outside because I didn't particularly love the look of them, you know, previously. I loved what they said though, because on the top it said give it to God, and I believe that firmly, and I try to do that with my worries and concerns. I'm not always so good at that. I'm much better at trying to handle things myself, and that gets me in trouble because it just never seems to work out right when you try to take care of the big things by yourself. You gotta trust in him, and he will make it happen. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but he will also make it happen in his way, and if he sees fit. So we have to remember that always. But anyway, I love these prayer tins. I love that they have these little mechanical pencils they came with and these little notepads, and I really want to go over and try and get some more of these. Maybe do a couple of them with the original image on the top. But we'll just have to see if they have any more when I get back over there. So I haven't had a chance to get back over there in a little bit. So by the time I do, they probably won't have them, because I have a feeling these were something that might have been left over from Easter. So when I got them, it was after Easter, but I still think they might have been leftovers. So I'm just hoping that maybe it is going to be a year-round thing that they will carry, and that I can get some more of them. I want to get some more of my little crosses too, and the porcelain refrigerator magnets I showed you guys in my last video. I got a whole bunch of those from my dear friend Gwen, and I'm super excited to start making more of those. Right now I'm working on a project for her and for her Sunday school teachers at their church in Tennessee, and I want to make sure I get those done before I start working on any other of those refrigerator magnets. But I do still have to do my videos, and so I will probably do a video on some of those magnets as well, only because, you know, it might be something she might like to show some of the teachers that will be getting them. I don't know, but either way, I think it'd be fun to do a video on that too, even though I think I have done a video on them previously. I'm sorry for the shakiness in my voice, you guys. I don't know why my voice is doing that. I'm not really sure, but today there's just some weird stuff going on with me. So anyway, let me go ahead and get started on this. I have this to do, and I'm going to do another video right after this. So this should be a fairly short video. Shouldn't be too long. And I'm talking fast, and I'm going to try and get through this quickly. Okay, so first things first, we are going to put our rhinestones around the outside. So really what I need to do is I just need to sort of wrap. These are 6mm rhinestone chain. These are AB rhinestones. And I will put a link to them in the description menu. So if you guys are looking to purchase these rhinestones, you will find the link there. I will make sure that it is there. I'm getting a little bit better about getting my links put up there. So I've been doing so many projects where I'm using these. All I really have to do is copy and paste my description menu, most of what's in there, into the next video. So it's kind of helpful for me because it's, number one, it's not as much work to do that. And number two, there's not as much for me to try and remember to do. My memory isn't what it used to be, you guys. Goodness gracious. I'm trying to figure out a way. I know there's like commercials of certain things you can buy to take, like vitamins and stuff that you can buy to take to help your memory. And I'm really wanting to try something to kind of help myself. And I had an epiphany this morning, which makes me want to do it even more. So I'm going to be on the lookout. They're not cheap. They're very, very expensive. I'm going to cut this right about here because I think I'm going to be squishing these a little closer together than this. And I want to make sure I have enough rhinestones. And if I have to cut a couple off, I'm not worried about that. I'll just use them in the next one. I'll cut my next one a little short and put them in that. But for this one, I've got my silicone mat, my piece of my silicone mat underneath, because that way when I put these on, they won't stick to this if there is any of the adhesive that goes through. So I want to make sure I'm doing this on the top. And we're going to do this so that the rhinestones are facing upward, not sideways, because as you can see on this one, they're facing upward, and you can see the rhinestones just looking at the top of it. So that's what we always want to do. We want to have the rhinestones on the side that has your decals and such, so that you can see that they, they go together. They're embellishments, basically. And so you want them to be together. So I'm going to set that down, put my little lid back on my B7000. You guys, I know I'm telling you this a lot lately, but this stuff is amazing. I love this adhesive way more than I always loved E6000, but I'm telling you guys, this stuff seems to work even better as an adhesive. And I love the cap. I know I've told you that before. I love, love, love the cap. I love the thin opening. And I'm just pushing these together. See what I'm doing? I'm trying to keep my rhinestones close together on this. So that's why I added a couple of extras at the cut, because I know that they were spread apart a little bit more. So I want to make sure that I have enough there. And if I didn't cut it long enough, that's okay. We'll just add a couple in there. Not a big deal. And I had somebody make a comment on one of my videos recently saying, well, don't worry about if you're short on rhinestones. All you have to do is cut one or two off and put them in there. And I do know that. I do it all the time. But I do try to get just the right number of rhinestones cut when I do this. It makes me feel better. And there's a lot of times, though, where you have to cut, like on something like this, if it's perfectly square, you have to cut 4 pieces. See, and I'm a little bit short there. I've got them all kind of squished together. I'm going to push those back a little bit because I am going to cut a little bit more off. So that, and right now I'm just kind of going along the edge here too. Make sure they're on there straight. And I think I'm going to need 2 more, so let's just go ahead and cut 2 off of here. I do like having just the one piece, though, the one long piece going around the whole thing. These 2 little pieces going in here are not a problem, though, you guys. I think what I'm going to do before I stick that down, I want to put a little bit of adhesive between these 2 and between these 2. That way they're not only stuck to the box, they're stuck to each other, because the rest of them are already stuck to each other. So that just makes me feel like it'll stay even better by doing that. There we go. Okay, all set. Now, I do have to let this set for probably at least about 10 or 15 minutes before I start doing anything else on this. So I will be right back, you guys. It'll only be a minute for you, well, seconds. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so we've got this on. Look at how beautiful it looks just with the rhinestones on there. They are so gorgeous, so sparkly, and they just add so much to these little tins. The next thing we're going to do is these are just stickers, you guys, and I actually got these stickers on Temu. And I'm very, very sad to say that I don't think I'll be able to order from Temu anymore just because of all of the exorbitant fees that they're charging now. And that's due to, you know, the tariffs and everything. And so for right now, yeah, our fees are quite high with them, so I'm going to have to put off ordering from them for a little while. So I'm hoping that that changes in the near future, because I do love ordering from them. They just offer so many cool things at prices I can afford. So I can actually buy some of my own stuff if I use Temu. I do buy some stuff on Amazon as well, but even their prices are getting higher. So, you know, it's just getting crazy out there. That's all I can say. It's getting crazy out there. But anyway, so we've got this on here. So we're going to use these little stickers, and look at how beautiful they are. I love these stickers so much. I love the colors in these, particularly with the pinks and blues. I do love pink and blue together. It's one of my favorite combinations. So I decided to use 2 of these stickers because I wanted them to go across the top, and one just wasn't quite enough. And so I found 2 that kind of go together pretty well. And so these were the 2 that I chose to use on this. So there's the first one. And look at how beautiful that is. I mean, just, it's gorgeous. And I want more of these so bad. I have some, and I have some in some other colors, but not, I only have a few left in these. In fact, these might be the only 2. I've got a couple of them in the pinks and blues, but like maybe 4 or 5 of them, and then they're gone, and that makes me very, very sad. But that's okay. I will find a way. I'm going to look around and see if I can't find them on Amazon. I haven't even checked yet. And sometimes Amazon does carry the same things that Temu has. So, okay, so here's the other one. This one isn't as dark and vibrant as this one is, but I thought it would be pretty just kind of off to the side, and I want to actually put it up a little bit higher so the butterfly is sort of right there in that corner. The only thing is I am going to have to cut a little bit off the edge because it's a little too long by doing that. So I'm just going to take my scissors, pull this up a little bit, and get in there and snip that edge off. Just like that. I've got one more little piece I can see there that is right here that needs to come off as well. I just don't want to cut into that little butterfly because she's so pretty. Okay, so that's that. Look at how gorgeous that is, you guys. So far, so great. And then the next thing that I am going to do is I'm going to use some of my new resin, and this is BS resin, and it is UV resin. This is a new brand that I found on Amazon. The price was right, so I decided I would try it. And so far, I am thrilled with it. It's just the right consistency, and it, let me put my tray in here. It's the right consistency. Whoops. And it doesn't, the bubbles, it doesn't create a lot of bubbles, you guys. The only thing that I did notice the other day is it felt like it stayed sticky longer than my other resins do. And that's kind of okay with me. It's, you know, it's just a matter of I have to put it under the lamp a little longer and let it sit longer before I really play around with it too much after the fact of, you know, making it and all that good stuff, because I don't want to add fingerprints and things like that to it. So we're just going to put this right over the top. I do want to press this sticker down a little better. I wished I had thought of that before I did this. Where did I put my... Oh, here it is. I'm just going to take this and just sort of go across it so that I can make sure that sticker is down all the way, because I don't want to have bubbles under the sticker any more than I want it in the resin. So I can't do that to the top here anymore, but that's okay. We're all right. It's going to be so beautiful, you guys. So I'm just putting a decent layer of resin over the top of this. And I'm just going to press with the tip of the nose of this bottle in those sections where the sticker is, just so that I can, you know, make sure it's pressed down. And I can kind of see where it might have spots that are just lifted just a tiny, tiny bit. But like I said, this is, I'm able to push it right back down and I don't see them anymore. So I was able to get underneath it just perfectly. Make sure you have your torch ready when you're doing this so that you can torch the top, because I know I said this one doesn't create bubbles like the other ones. It doesn't create bubbles like the other ones. It doesn't make as many of the big bubbles, but I still torch it because there are still little tiny bubbles, but they rise to the top faster. So that means when I torch it, those bubbles are gone and I don't get new bubbles coming up behind them. And that's what I'm loving about it, is that it is just doing such a great job of not causing that to happen. I love it. And it's very, very shiny and very, very clear. I mean, the transparency of it is amazing. No yellowing. Okay, so I just kind of, oh, I see a spot where I missed. And you got to look under your lamp, you guys, under your regular lamp, your light, to make sure you don't have any spots that you missed, because it happens. And I see one more spot right there. I want to get this done and get it under the lamp quickly, because I don't want it to start dripping, as it is a little bit. But that's okay. I can get that little bit off of there. But I don't want it running under the lid and causing the lid to stick. Okay, so I think I got it. I'm going to pop it under my lamp, my UV lamp, right now. In fact, I want to put my pad underneath it too. I'm not thinking really fast today, I guess. And I'm going to run my paper towel all the way around it, and now I've got that light on, and we'll get that curing really fast there. I didn't work as quickly as I should have on that. I was too busy thinking of other things, I guess. Okay, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so let's move in just a little bit, you guys, so you can see this. Look at that. So we've got a perfect shine all around this whole thing. It looks amazing. Look at that, you guys. I am so pleased with the way this one looks. I feel like, now these other ones are beautiful. This is beautiful too, and I'm going to leave it alone. But this is why I want to buy some more of these. This one I'm going to be spraying over again and doing over. I don't like the way this one came out. This one, I may spray this one over again and use these stickers to do this one as well. So these two are going to get changed. The first one that I did, I already sent it out to one of my subscribers. And then I've got this one, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And I used different rhinestones on this one. They're little pink rhinestones. And I think this one's beautiful. So I'm going to leave that one the way it is. But we're going to put that aside because this is the one we're working on today. And now all I'm going to do is on the top, I'm going to put a little bit of embellishing on this. Not a lot, not a ton. And then we're going to call it perfect. So I think I want to put flowers and rhinestones right about there. I have one of my little perfume bottles. I don't know. I really want to use one of these on something because it does look like a perfume bottle. And I just think it would be so pretty on this if I could find just the right spot to set it in. So I'm going to keep it out. This one's kind of like a perfume bottle too, only like one of those little long perfume bottles. But anyway, let's start with some flowers. So I'm going to use a blue one. You know, and I just realized I don't hardly have any pink flowers this time around. I am just not sure. I wish the lady, it's not Big Mama that I got these from either, because Big Mama, she's real good at adjusting the colors of the flowers and stuff. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. It looks gorgeous. Gorgeous. Ah, I love these. I love these. I love them so much. And I feel like I'm going to have at least one for myself, because I'm saying more and more prayers lately and talking to God more and more lately and trying to figure a lot of things out in life. And so I think having my little prayer box next to me at all times would be a good thing. Okay, I'm not going to put that there. I think what I'm going to do, I like these AB rhinestones too. I get them off of this chain that my friend Robin sent me. She sent me a box of some of her sort of leftover stuff and things that she wanted to share. So that looks beautiful. I don't want to, I'm trying to avoid covering up the flowers, these flowers, because I think they are just absolutely gorgeous. So maybe what I need to do, these are a little bit smaller, so maybe I need to take this one and put it over in this corner with this rose or this flower right there, and then pop this one sort of over here, but it's again not covering up that flower because it's so pretty. Okay, and then I also have some pink ones, so I'm going to cut, I don't know if these cutters will work or not. I'm going to cut a piece of this off. These cutters are broken. I've had 2 pairs of these now, and both times the tips broke off. So we've got this one, and maybe okay, let's see here. There we go. I like all those rhinestones in there. I think they just look so pretty. I really want to add a white flower in here somewhere, and I'm thinking just to give it a little bit of lift, maybe like right there. And then I've also got these. I'm going to cut a couple of my big 6mm rhinestones off here. And maybe put one here and one next to this pink one right here, just kind of coming off of it. And I think that looks gorgeous. I wish this white one was just a little bit smaller. Let's see. Oh, I have some little white ones right here. I think I see at least one. I do have one in this container. Oh, it's the same as that one. I was hoping it was going to be a little rose. I've got a few of them in here. I'm going to pull those out. See if I've got one that's maybe just a tad bit smaller. Maybe. I really want to put one between these rhinestones here. Let's see. And this little charm says, "Believe in love." I like that. I like that on there. And then maybe this one up there. There we go. I like that. I think that looks really nice. I'm looking, I know I have, or had, I know I have some pearls, some of my little pink pearls up here somewhere. And now, of course, I can't find them. I have this little jade-looking one, but it doesn't, the edges don't look good on that. Oh, maybe I put them in here. Oh, I've got this. My puppy's getting restless. She does not like it when I work. I'll tell you that. If Jeff isn't home and I'm working, she gets very on edge. And here she comes. She's going to come in here now. Go on out, Pumpkin. All right. Where are those pink? Oh, here they are. Here they are. Yay. Okay, these are really, really shiny pink pearls, and I like these a lot because the shine just is crazy good. And then I also have some little pink rhinestones here. I'm not going to use that. I really want to put this "Believe in Love" in here somewhere. But I don't want to cover it up with anything. So I'm thinking maybe a pearl would be, these are just little flat back pearls. But at least that I can just kind of set right there on top of it. Like that. And I'm pushing it too far in there, which made the pearl push back. You know what? I just decided one of these little pink rhinestones would probably work better because it's small enough that I can put it in that little hole for the charm, just like that. And I'm going to just put a little dot right there. Okay, Carol, I'm trying to get it around this, and oh, I hate when I do stuff like this and then I realize I made a big mistake. It's okay. I'm just going to do it like that. I'm going to pop my little rhinestone on the top and set my light over it just for a second, and then I will squeeze some resin over the top of this and make it look all nice and straight and all that good stuff. Real quick here. And only a few seconds is all I need. And now I'll take my pad, put it back under my light, get my resin, and I'm just gonna, whoops, I'm just gonna squeeze it over the top here, just like this. And then it'll smooth the whole top out. I'll just kind of get it to dome. Okay. Set my finger under there for a second and drop it down. There we go. Okay. We'll let that go for a minute. And then I'm going to put a bit of resin in here and try not to let that slip too much. And drop a little bit right there. Now I'm kind of lost on where I'm supposed to be because I don't have that little charm here. Okay, we're going to just pop this in here right now. I want that to be right there. There. Okay, now a little bit more in here. It's so funny how now everything is not quite going together the way it did before, and that's always the way it goes. All right, I'll leave this out for now. That one, I don't think I've got that one really set to anything. And we'll put a little dot right there. And let's see, how about dot there, and see if we can get this little flower to sit right there. And then I think what we'll do is we'll put the little white one right there. But for now, I am going to take my light and I'm just going to set it over the whole thing for just a minute here. And that way I don't have to worry about anything else slipping around while I'm trying to get my other pieces in. There's nothing more frustrating than getting everything where you want it and then it all slides out of place and doesn't quite fit the way you want it to. See how we've got this big opening right here? That's where our other little white flower is going to go. Now I could go with a little tiny pink flower in there, and that looks good, but it just kind of sinks in there, and I want it to sit up nice and pretty. So we're going to pop that right there. Maybe pop our lamp on for just a second. Not quite sure why they make some of these little flowers in charcoal gray. I'm not crazy about those. But I'm going to find some. I have some of these stickers that are in blacks and grays, so I think I'm going to be using some of these flowers and some of these other colors to do something with that. I think it'll be real pretty. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to pop this little pink flower right in there because I think that's a perfect spot for it. Just like that. Look at that. So pretty. And right here, I am just gonna go over the whole thing with another layer of resin because I don't want any lumps and bumps in this. I want it to all kind of come together nicely. And sometimes when you're putting the flowers in there, you can end up with, some lumpy resin, and then it just doesn't look right. Doesn't look as nice. And we want it to be really smooth and no textures over the top. We're not looking for raindrops here. I'm going to try and be careful, and I'm trying to go with a very thin layer. So that's why I'm moving around quite a bit. And try not to get it dripping down the sides. So with this resin, this is 400, I got 500 grams. So each one of these little bottles is 100 grams. I got 5 bottles. And I want to say I got it for like, part of me wants to say like $9, but it might have been more like 12 or something like that. But I'm going to put a link to this resin. It did say that it was on sale. But a lot of times it says that, on Amazon, and you go back the next time and it's still the same price. So, and then you go back 6 months later and it's still the same price. So, let me look at this under the lamp because I want to make sure there's no spots that I missed. So far, I'm not seeing any flat spots in here. So I think I've got it. I'm going to pop this up under my lamp for 5 minutes, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, so there we have it, you guys. All done. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Nothing stuck. Yay, I got lucky. Nothing stuck together. And it looks absolutely gorgeous, you guys. I'm super duper happy with the way that this one turned out. I did start playing around with this one while I was waiting for that one to cure, and I think this is about what I'm going to do to this one. So I'm going to get this one all resined up and ready to go, and I think that's the way it's going to look. when it's all done. And then I'll be working on the other ones as well, trying to get those finished, and my crosses and all that good stuff. And I've got another video coming up that I'm getting ready to tape, and you guys will see that one next. Okay, thanks a lot, you guys. I'm so happy you came in and watched, and I hope you enjoyed this. Please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And I will be working hard to bring you lots more videos, good tutorials and things. And yeah, stay safe, stay well, stay blessed. And you guys just take care of yourselves first. Just remember that. And I am blessed to have you all here. Take care. God bless you, and have a great day, and stay tuned for photos on the back end. Bye-bye. God bless.